Dark Souls and Souls-like games are huge. Everybody likes playing them. And today I'm going to make my own Souls-like game in 3 days. Let's see what will happen. Hey, it's your boy the Missing Bracket here, back with more games, devlogs and horrible jokes. And today we will be participating in the WoWie Game Jam. Now if you don't know what a Game Jam is, it is a contest where participants try to make a video game relates in a given theme in a limited time. And I decided to put my supreme game development skills to the test and create a game for that jam. However, my game won't be about jumping cubes. I want it to be huge. Very, very huge. Don't take that out of context. So Friday was the day that the theme was announced, and it is, drum rolls, failure is progress. Let's mess with the concepts of winning and losing. So the first thing I did was brainstorming for ideas, and the first thing that I came up with was a 3D Souls-like game where the only way to regain your health back is to revive yourself. So dying isn't the end, it is progress. Let's start making the game, and let's not make any mistakes like the previous games. If you watch my previous videos, you will know what I'm talking about. So instead of making a face, we will just steal Mr. Beast's face and put it in the model. I mean, nothing bad could happen. Oh my god, what's this? So I opened Blender and started working on the character, which is my first mistake. I should have used a placeholder instead and worked on the main character later, as it could have saved me some time later on in the development. Then I made my second mistake, which is giving the character 4 fingers in each hand, and well, it doesn't matter, alright? Players won't even notice that, unless if an idiot like me pointed it out, which So anyway, I really did not have any idea what kind of character I was making. I ended up creating a half ninja, half Danny Phantom. I really don't know, and I don't care either. I wasted enough time in this stupid model. Next, after animating him, I put him into the game engine, and here he is. Wow. Now back to Blender, where I modeled a scythe for him, and this idiot doesn't know how to hold a scythe. He keeps holding it upside down. I made enemies too, which are basically flying haunted carpets, I guess. Let's just call them spirits. The blue spirit is a ranged enemy, and the red spirit is a melee enemy. And for balance reasons, I gave the red enemy more damage and speed, as melee attacks are harder to land on the player. The rest of the day was wasted on bug fixes because, of course, why would you want a smooth and fast development anyways? So I started the second day fixing the same bug because I hate my life. And then spent the rest of the day making the map and skills. I made the player dodge attacks by holding the shift button. If you want to refill your stamina, you either have to wait or you have to conduct hits on enemies. Then I made the level and the shrine. Now the shrine is where the player will carry his dead body in order to be revived. But the issue is that I'm not very good with shaders, so I can't make a shrine that looks cool. So I tried drawing a 2D texture instead, and yeah, my 2D art isn't good either. So I ended up with a shrine that looks like this, and I gotta say, it looks fine. Now for the final day, I had to make a wave system where the game gradually gets harder when you defeat all the enemies and move to the next room. It took me a while, but I did it.
Yippee!
Now the game loop is there and the game is pretty much finished. However, it still needs polishing. One of the things that require polishing, for example, is the combat. Hitting enemies doesn't feel satisfying enough, so we have to juice it up. Now the way to make a combat feel juicy is to add the following. 1. Proper sound effects. You have to imply for the player that the blow was heavy through sounds, like the sound of the scythe clashing or the sound of the characters grunting. 2. Brief game pause. Pausing the game for few milliseconds makes the blow feel more powerful. But make sure not to pause the game for too long, as that might make the game feel laggy. 3. Screen shaking. Screen shaking makes the blow feel even more impactful. But make sure not to make the camera shake for too long. We don't want to give the player headaches. 4. Death particles. It has to be relative to the direction of the blow, as this gives the player more impact to the game, as humans love to make some sort of impact to the world, therefore making the player enjoy the game even more. That's what the Game Jam host Jonas Tyroller once said. 5. Random bonus damage. It may make the game easier, but it prevents making the fight with the same enemy the same every time, which makes the player less bored when fighting the same enemy over and over again. Also, it makes the player feel even more satisfied. So why not? Those are the secret 5 ingredients to create a juicy combat. Now, let's add them to the game. Now the game feels much better. But remember the screen shaking that we added? There was a bug during the process of making it where the game suddenly turned into a first-person game, which is probably the coolest bug I have ever encountered. The game really feels great in first person, not gonna lie. I may consider adding it in the game, but right now let's just focus on the third person view. And finally, the submission day where we finally put the game in itch.io. But I just realized something. I have no music, no menu, and not enough sound effects. I had only 4 hours to finish them all. Oh boy. So I made a menu. Here goes 2 hours. Then I made music. Here goes another hour. And the sound effects, which were a little bit problematic. I couldn't find proper sound effects for my game anywhere. So I ended up making them using my own beautiful voice. After all of this, I finally hit that beautiful export button and my game is now on itch. Finally. With only 20 seconds to spare. I'm not even joking. If I was only 20 seconds late, my game won't even participate in the jam. Phew. Thankfully, many people enjoyed it regardless of its bugs. And here goes another game jam. If you want to play it yourself, its link is in the description. You can even play it directly from your browser, and it's completely free. Also, we are trying to hit 1000 subs before the end of the year, so please help me reach that milestone by pressing the subscribe button. Also, like and comment to help my video gets chosen by the algorithm. Thank you very much for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next devlog.